Greeting interwebs, it's Jackie K, and welcome for some more Golden Sun The Lost Age Randomizer. While last part had a lot of jumping around here and there trying to get whatever item checks we could, we did at least make a significant amount of progress in Gonowin Cliffs and Ayers Rock. Unfortunately with the prior, as you're seeing here, we reached the limits of what we could do at Ayers Rock. So despite all the time spent, we have to come back here again. I can't even say that it was a complete waste of time because in the parts that we were able to explore, we got some pretty important synergy for actually allowing us to explore more of the game. But little did I know that the most important synergy yet was just about to come up. Kirby finishes up this weekend, right? I remember like right after that ends is when I'm going to start uploading Pikmin. And I say all this on the Game and Chill, but I got nothing better to talk about. It's not pound, it's sand. I can't even do anything with sand yet. Like, only place we could use at this point is Yampe Desert, but I don't even think we can get to the point... Wait, actually... I never actually bothered to do this in a vanilla playthrough. What would be the quickest way to get there? Ayers Rock, I think? We could go through Yampe Desert backwards with sand. I was gonna say, like, all the things that we could do with sand currently are in Yampe... are in the desert, but we don't have access to the desert because we don't have pound. But just imagine me tapping my forehead like the meme or whatever. That is no longer an issue. The only issue is remembering how the heck to get to that other path of Yampe Desert. Is it this cave? It is. Because the thing that blocks us with the point of no return normally is a sand waterfall. The synergy sand that we got lets us travel in sand, including up sand waterfalls. I think this is the first time I've actually done that. I only thought to do it because I've seen it in playthroughs. Maybe it was in Strategy Guide. Maybe I'm just a fool and I have done it in my personal playthroughs, but it's been so long that I don't even remember. Question is, what can we do with this? Like, this might let us get like 1 or 2 items early. It lets us get access to a super boss dungeon, but you can't actually really go anywhere in it besides the entrance until you get the real teleport synergy. But I do recall being able to get at least 1 item this way, so might as well, again, comb all my options now so I don't have to worry about it later. Oh, I can't do anything up here, can I? I can. There it is, baby! We finally got the stupid synergy pound. And nothing else, but that's fine, because that's all I really needed. Man, I'm gonna miss having utility synergy spread throughout the party. But we got pound, baby! You know what that means? We can actually do everything in here. And to be fair, I don't know like what we could really do. Like, I don't know what synergy that the boss could give us that would actually be hyped for. We pretty much got it all already. Though it's kind of fun going through these. I never bothered going through some of these areas with sand. So this is definitely an interesting way to re-experience the game, right? When am I gonna bother putting pound? I don't know why I'm doing all this work for a smoke bomb. but it's right there. It seemed like it was a good idea to me. I just realized that I don't even need pound now that I have sand. That was a total misclick. But that probably just makes this whole puzzle to get to the gin so much more easy. I didn't even... This is a new level of life to this game that I never thought I would actually get to experience. Don't even have to think about which one of these you pound down and which ones you can't. Because you don't even need to pound down any of them. You can just go underneath it. You can go underneath the sand. Yeah, we have enough Mars gens to do a tier 4 summon. This is insanity. Meanwhile, we don't have a single Mercury or Jupiter gen. Well, at least this will be over very soon. Just for my own curiosity's sake, that was 109. Let's see how much Icehorn does, if we even get the chance to. Logic... Okay, yeah. I gotta remember that Call Zombie is stronger than Icehorn, because Logic normally would dictate bigger synergy costs, more powerful spell. But you gotta take into consideration the whole single target synergies tend to be stronger than multi-range, so I guess it balances out that way. So, cool. Oh, we have an agility boost, which if this was something like Dawn of Jin, I'd be more excited about, but I never really worried about my... Never really too worried about my speed in a normal run of Golden Sun. But, oops, all fire Jinnies. All fire classes. Now that we got that Jinny out of the way, let's go show that sand strip who's boss. Thank goodness, because saying the word sand strip is a lot harder than it sounds. Hey friend, I see you know sand synergy. I have that too. In fact, okay, Dilly Squad happens. I had to at least see though. Alright, so I want you to go up. So let's see how long it takes. It can be kind of wrong. Dang it, wrong synergy. I can say it can be kind of mixed of if I actually remember how to do this puzzle right or not. It feels like every other time I played the game, I alternate between doing this flawlessly or getting completely stumped. No pun intended. Speaking of doing this puzzle flawlessly, or being stuck on it forever, guess which of those two very extreme options happen? Yay! Lucky for me, it's not as bad as it usually goes down. I just had to deal with a lot of embarrassment and shame. Cause, one attempt later... Well, that's weird. I thought you had to do both stumps. But I guess I'm just making a liar out of me. Felix, no, it's a trap. The dirty cheater has scoop even though you have... Somehow, the dirty cheater somehow has scoop even though you have that already. I just realized I didn't even bother to prepare. But that's fine. Like, I arranged my gens. This is... I was able to beat Briggs with relative ease. I doubt this guy is going to be that much harder. But just to be on the safe side... Who needs safety when you have Magneto? Now, imagine if this was the actual Soul Blade and had actually had the attack to back the power of that Unleash, and it could be going for Magneto time and time again. I could also be building up for the tier 4 summon. Wouldn't that be funny to just unleash a giant meteor right in the face of this weak and pathetic scorpion? Just so I have Wish as a backup safety strat and all. If only if only Shiba was faster, then I could just go for it now. Man, I want to go for it now so bad. It might not... By the time I can summon it, this thing might already be dead. Here we go. Let's just sit back and take this in for a bit. That's how we get them. Now, what is our reward? A vial and a vial. Well, at least we're not trapped in here forever because we don't have Scoop. With that out of the way, all we gotta do is backtrack to the temple, and we'll finally get our hands on our first Jupiter Genie. Lucky for me, it's the first dungeon of the game, so it should just be a quick stop, few steps around, and we're as good as gold, ready to quickly resume our adventure. I don't remember a thing about what doors you go through to get to the Djinn. I'm just leaving fate up to the wind. This might take slightly longer than I was planning. Of course, if it was that simple, I wouldn't be trying this just trying to find what to do this badly. I mean, just take it right though. My goal is to get as far away as possible in order to reach it, because that'll take me down to the Djinn. You know, it's not really fair to think back after the entire dungeon. Or if they wanted to like, make you want to walk your Djinn behind the synergy you got at the end of the dungeon, it would be nice to have the, you know, the very beginning of the dungeon or the very end after you have the synergy, instead of forcing you to go down the middle. Now, I have a few minutes, I suppose. Cool, I got this level again. And this feels like I shouldn't have to do this much work just to get that single Djinn. Alright, go, I want to wait in the water cycle. This puzzle's slow enough as this. That was the wrong room. You know what I'm saying? How I always normally have mind read shortcut R? Yes, what's in the usually have shortcut L. Oh. No, oh, the other way was the right way. The right way. Really? Like one step. Too far. Too slow. Okay. Please, oh please. Not be too much longer to actually get to the Djinn. Really gotta do this part of the puzzle over again too. Well, at least I have the ability to turn off random encounters. I can only imagine how much more annoying this backtrack would be if I was dealing with random encounters every 5 seconds. Which reminds me that I gotta remember to actually turn the void back, turn it back on before I'm done with the stream tonight. Also, this is a Jupiter Genie and not a Water Genie, so my nasty, wonderful idea isn't as crazy as I thought it would be, but maybe I'll just go all out and summon rush it. It wasn't going to be a hard fight either way. It's not like the Reloaded one that really... If you can't tell, I have a lot of trauma from the Reloaded mod of Lost Age. It was way harder than Reloaded, the Reloaded version of Golden Sun 1. And not necessarily in a bad way. It had a lot of neat ideas, like... I was trying to say, there's good ideas with Reloaded, like the whole concept of turn 1 only being able to do up to tier 2 summon, and then turn 2 being able to tier 3 summons, and then like 2 turns in, after enemies have plenty of time to obliterate you, then and only then you could do tier 4 summons. It's a nice way to balance it out, and if I could have implemented something like that into Dungeon, I probably would. But with the way I did, I had to choose between either getting the quality of life features off of the randomizer, or going the route or copying off that, because I don't code. Despite Dawn and Jin, I don't really code. All of that's done with an editor, with some minor exceptions, and even then, any coding that I've quote unquote done in the mining scene, it's never been in an assembly. It's only been possible for like other tools and that. What was I getting at? Right, Shrine to Sea God. Cause I am tired. I know I said early on in the stream that I lost the steam, but it feels especially apparent now. So let's get that Jin, because there's not really too much else we can do here until we get Frost. I think Frost and Tremor are going to be the next two things that we really gotta keep our eyes open for. Now, they did program the Jinny to... It's gonna say they programmed the Jinny to go for this whole scene. And you could definitely tell that initially it was a Jinny that had the ability to fly that you would typically see. Why do I get the feeling that my lack of memory is gonna come back to bite me? No, we're in a good pace. This is exactly what's supposed to be. No sign of Frost yet. We have Douse. I don't even know what you would do with Douse early on. Put out this candle and completely free the Jinny that we're trying to trap? I just realized we're gonna get our 5th Mars Jin. 5. And we don't have a single Mercury Jinny yet. 62. I feel like my normal attack does more than the Orc at this point. I just realized that I have the ability to look into exactly what determines how much power, and if it's a physical move or a magic move, this ability does. I have the ability to quell my own curiosity. Maybe me from 5 years ago, let alone 10 years ago, would actually be proud of me. Either way though, a Jin's a Jin, and we're gonna want them all again eventually. Another... Oh, this is attack boosting one. And I forgot that there's not really going to be any major class changes. I guess for now, because I'm going to be using Magneto a lot anyways, I might as well go for the class that gives me the biggest attack boost. That being said, where do I want... What else can I do? So with Flash and Pound finally at hand, we have all the tools we need to not only progress the plot, but finish up Ares Rock. I meant the Pound... When I was saying down one cliffs, by the way, I meant the Pound dungeon. Alright, how... That's exclusively to get over there, so no. However, at this point in the night, I was about ready to wrap up, so instead, how about we tie up all the loose ends we possibly can? Besides, there's probably at least a couple more Jins that we need to get. Oh my god, Mercury Jins are real! They actually do exist. I almost didn't believe. That being said, this was the moment I was waiting for. Alright, can we get the holy combo? Bane, Magneto, and Meteor from the sky. Yes, deadly poison. We probably won't even get the chance to see if the Magneto triggers or not. But it sure would have been fun if it did. Oh well. Not a bad gin for our first one to get. Kind of scared to set it because it'll completely ruin our class, but we could have some fun with this thing later down the road. Alright. Any other loose ends? Because if I can get everything else besides Ayers Rock done this stream, I'll feel a lot more content, we'll say, in starting the next stream up in Ayers Rock. I know we could, like, make our way to Kamon Bay, get piers and all that. I'm kind of curious to see how having piers for Ayers Rock goes, because technically I think it's possible, but I don't think I've ever bothered to try it before. I think I just talked myself out of doing Ayers Rock again. So after convincing myself that I was not going to go to Ayers Rock today, I decided to do just a little bit of cleanup with my inventory and see if there was any nifty items or artifacts that I missed along the way. Spoiler alert, there wasn't, but I was well overdue for an inventory cleanup anyways. After assuring myself that that one item that I missed on Miswala because I didn't have Scoop was completely pointless, I decided to go head towards the plot. Or at the very least, get ready to start it next stream. It has been a long night, both from a streaming standpoint and an editing standpoint. I am looking forward to the day when I can edit a stream VOD that isn't complete, utter audio garbage. But that's in the future. For now, it is time to take our first steps into this game's obligatory stealth section. This time it's mandatory. I talked myself into seeing how the scenes in Ayers Rock would play with Piers instead. So we're gonna go get him. It's almost at the 2-hour mark, so I don't even think we're gonna do this dungeon. We don't know. But I figured we could at least walk in there and say hello to everyone. You know, wouldn't it be great if the escort mission wasn't this thing? Too bad. And we don't even get Frost to do it the easy way. Ah well. I think that makes a good point to end off the stream on, though.